Om Shanti. I'm very, very pleased to meet you and be here with you. My name is Sister Sharona, and I'm originally from the United States, but I was sent to Israel to open the Brahma Kumaris centers there in 1998. And I've been with the Brahma Kumaris since 1982 or 83. So very pleased to meet you. And now that everyone's here, instead of straining in your seat, please feel free to move your chair so that you can be very comfortable and see very clearly. Second, third, fourth, fifth row, you can move your chairs so that you're very comfortable, seeing very easily. Yeah, like that. Sam, I think the brothers are pretty good. I want to be able to see everyone. Yeah, feel free to move. That's right. Yeah, because it's a small enough group to be able to be comfortable. I actually wanted to sit here with you, but because of the camera, they've asked me to come up, which means I'm still too far from you. I didn't want to be this far. Okay, we have an amazing title. You are all doctors. So how great is this title? Effective communication. You're all aware of the title. Effective communication for better handling of situations. And since this is a spiritual university, you might take that title in terms of your profession, all the different situations you have to handle as professionals. But as we know, our spirituality invites us into an identity which is much larger than my profession and whatever other roles I play. So you might also want to work this session, not just from a professional point of view, but from a personal and relationship point of view. We have so many situations we have to be handling. Family, hobbies, sports, culture, national, news, crises, situations, like that. So it's a very beautiful topic and an important one. And I really was surprised when I got this title, because I am exactly right now in a beautiful situation which is so challenging to me, and it really required me to look at this situation again in terms of how effective my communication is. I'm going to start with a little bit of an experiment. Perhaps you're familiar with it. And it's simply to go inside, find that space of peace, either through the methods you were introduced to yesterday and today, or through your own methods. But find that space, keep your eyes open, and share that with me through the eyes. And I'm going to do the same. And I'll start here and just slowly go around the whole room without any words. Can we have this exchange? Eye to eye. They say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. But I'm not going to explain the experiment anymore. We're just going to try it. And if you can't get yourself into that place of peace, just do your best. Just do your best and keep yourself open to the experiment, okay? By the way, if you're not comfortable with me looking at you, or with you needing to look at me, you can focus your attention on that light above. Can we turn that light on? Yeah?
Red light.
Red light, only with the red light. Now that'd be too much. Okay, so the light isn't on, but it's a symbol of the soul or the Supreme Soul. So that way you can be comfortable. Okay? Keep your attention on your feelings. So it has some music. Thank you. How is that for a way of starting a session on communication? Effective communication. Anyway, it was a little experiment which we're going to come back to towards the end of the session and understand a little bit more what we were doing. But, yeah. Topic is effective communication. So if everybody could take just a few minutes and identify one quality, one main quality, or one main aspect that's an important ingredient of effective communication. Think about it a moment, because the other half of the title is effective communication for handling, best handling of situations. So, same. Can you think of one ingredient or quality or something that's most needed to best handle a situation? So you're reflecting. Two different aspects, two different ingredients. One, best ingredient for effective communication, and two, best ingredient for being able to best handle situations. Think about it a minute, okay? I'm assuming everyone's okay with English, is that right? Yeah? Okay. Okay. If you've identified these two qualities, maybe just turn to a neighbor and share what you think. What are the two ingredients? Go ahead. Find somebody to the left, to the right, maybe behind you. Can you share with a neighbor your two ingredients? Yeah, with a neighbor, if you can share. Yeah. So I heard someone say eye contact, obviously, after the exercise we just did. But that's very good. Why not? Sorry? Empathy. Empathy. For effective communication or for better handling?
For effective communication, empathy, and better handling, stillness of mind.
Oh, so she was saying empathy for effective communication and for better handling, stillness of mind. Anyone else?
We should not react to the situation, but we should try to respond to it.
Responding versus reacting. Is that for effective communication or better handling? Better handling. And what about effective communication?
Calmness of the mind.
Calmness of the mind. Yeah.
Message to be clear.
Sorry?
Message to be clear.
The message has to be clear. Message has to be clear. Yeah.
Message should be delivered.
The message should be delivered clearly. So let's look at effective communication. Any other ingredients? Thank you.
Receivers should get right information.
Sorry?
Receivers should get right information.
Can someone help me with that? I just can't hear it.
Receivers should have right communication.
No, no.
Get the right message.
We should deliver the right message. Effective communication, yeah. Sorry? The medium should be appropriate. What do you mean by medium? Language. Language. Yes, yes. Actually, you know, like, I don't know how it is in your language, but in French, for example, you have the polite and official form, vous, and you have the familiar, intimate form, which is tu. And if you're using tu when you should be using vous, this is not going to end up with an effective communication. Yeah.
Clarity in voice.
Clarity of voice. I'm sorry. The sound bounces to the ceiling, and from here it's very hard for me to catch. So excuse me. Yeah, clarity. Anyone else? Make the other person feel comfortable. Yeah.
The message should be short and comprehensive.
The message should be
Short and comprehensive.
short and comprehensive. Was that it? This is an ingredient. Short and comprehensive. It's so true. Interact. Recently there was a research done on meditation. What do you want from it and how do you want it? And in the research, the whole country was saying, we don't want lectures. We want interaction. So effective conversation would be no lecturing, but interaction. Yeah. Anyone else?
We need to understand the person perfectly, then we need to start communicating.
Understanding. Understanding the person, understanding the situation. Effective communication, yeah.
Environment should be conductive.
Say it again.
Environment.
The environment should be conducive. So true, so true. Very nice, very nice. And
Making comfortable and friendly before starting talking.
there you go. Friendly environment and making friendship. Now switching over to best handling of people or situations. Any other ingredients, ones we haven't mentioned yet? Yeah.
For effective communication, we need to focus more on listening than answering or talking.
Nice. This is effective communication. Focus more on listening rather than speaking. Power. What do you mean?
For better handling this.
And so what kind of power?
Maybe administrative.
Maybe what?
Administrative power.
Administrative power. Interesting, interesting. We're going to have a chance to look at that later. The place of authority in not just effective communication, but best handling of situation.
We listen to authorities.
And we do listen to authority, but is that effective communication? Rule through fear, communication through fear. But it's a good point, and we'll take a look at it a little bit later. Anyone else in terms of handling best a situation?
To understand the situation first.
Understand the situation first. Wow.
Remain stable and don't lose the temper.
Be stable. Don't lose your temper. Yeah. Which could also mean don't lose yourself in the situation. Don't lose yourself in the story. Because a lot of the things you're saying, it sounds great, but actually, it takes a lot of inner power to pull this off because we get lost in the story. It's not easy to stay detached. So, would there be one word for all of these things you've been saying? You could say the root. The root which makes it possible to do all these other things. And it's one word which actually fits both sides of the equations. It's a best ingredient for effective communication and a best ingredient for best handling.
Essence.
I'm sorry?
Essence.
Essence. Who's saying essence?
Essence.
patience. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. I like that so much. Did any of you ever meet Dadi Janki? Yeah, she was the administrative head of this organization together with two other very powerful senior yogis. She left the body at age 104, still very, very active, very deeply wise yogi soul. And I remember that one time she came to Boston. I was 15 years in Boston running our centers there before I was sent to Israel. And she came to Boston for a gathering of very prominent individuals, VIPs. And we'd broken out into round tables, and they were literally sitting around round tables to explore the concept of living values. We had a project at the United Nations at that time, and we invited people to consider values. And are we living them? And do we have the power to live them? And the task of the round table was for people to have conversations, explore, and agree on what is the most important virtue, most important value. And so all these very eminent people discussed, explored, came to consensus. And then Dadi Janki entered the room. She said, please share with me what you feel was the most important value or virtue. So each table gave their answer. One said humility. It's important. Another, in other words, to succeed in life, right? To move forward in life. Another said love, loving, super important, right? Without a doubt. Giving. Somebody said giving, super important without a doubt. But Dadi kept saying, no, no, no. All of these, she was saying, is the result of this. And so when they all finished, all 8 tables finished, she shared what she felt was the seed of all of these wonderful qualities. And it was patience. Patience. So that's great. That is so great. But I'm thinking of something which is even deeper than patience. This is what we need to have in order for us to have that patience, or all the other things you were mentioning. Confidence is good. Providence. What do you mean by providence?
Connection.
Oh, okay. Connectedness with God, with the Supreme. Very nice. Discipline, tolerance, peace. Yeah, all of these things are very good. And I would like to suggest that one of the reasons our communications are somehow more and more challenging, if we're honest, somehow our communications are less and less effective. It's like we finish a conversation and we don't feel like we've accomplished much, or we feel like we got there, but then a few days later, it's clear that it wasn't effective communication. So I would, and same for best handling of situation. One of the reasons we seem to be failing more and more of the situations we're in terms of being able to deal with them effectively and move forward, has to do with the heart. And I would like to suggest that the most important ingredient is a clean heart. A clean heart. A clean heart. So if we could just take a moment to be quiet with that, a moment. What do I mean by a clean heart? Just hold that a minute. So what do I mean by a clean heart? First of all, a clean heart has no expectations. And a clean heart has no neediness. A clean heart accepts. There's so many things that are made easier if we can accept. For example, accepting another's journey and how it's not mine. It's not maybe going to look like my journey at all. To accept a situation that there are so many things that I'm not in charge of. I'm not in charge of. To accept that I am not in control of so many things. So, actually, another word for accept, as an example of a clean heart, is respect. Respect. No expectations, no neediness. Respecting, accepting, allowing. These require other things and involve other things like trust, faith. So even if they aren't listening to me or they don't care about what I'm saying, I trust that I have communicated it with a clean heart, with respect, acceptance, allowing. And because my heart is clean, that's a seed sown. And when the journey allows it of that other person, it will come into blossom. I'll have done my job, not by convincing them, but by communicating what I need to communicate. So here, patience is also going to play a part. Another word for clean heart is true heart. True heart. So what do we mean by a true heart? Actually, another word, not clean heart, not true heart, but another word could be what?
Peaceful heart.
Peaceful heart. It's an example of what?
Simplicity.
Simplicity, which is an example of what? Pure heart, which is an example of what? These are beautiful answers.
Humility.
Humility, which is an example of what? So I would like to... Sorry? Right intentions, beautiful answers. I would like to suggest pure soul. Now we're getting close to it. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about I am a soul. To begin to understand that I'm a soul is not just this I is a divine energy and it's separate from the body. And though the body is perishable, I, the soul, am not. It's much more than that. It's to really understand that I, the soul, am godlike. I am. I am. And all of these qualities is what I am made of. This is who I am. So something's happened. That communication isn't as effective as I'd liked it to be because I don't have patience, I think. I don't have simplicity, clarity, humility, respect, allowance. Because I do. I do. This is what we're saying when we're saying, I'm a soul. And this is the practice of meditation. It is to nurture and activate those aspects of the true me. Do you believe it? How many relate to this? How many relate to this? Very good. How many are not sure? Okay, hold on to it, hold on to it. We're a school. We don't want you to believe anything. You have to use your critical mind, keep it working, prepare your questions. Because none of this works because I say it works. It only works if you hear it and then experiment with it, test it out. And if it starts working for you, then maybe you'll start believing it, but even that's not enough. It has to work for you over a long period of time, and then you'll start accepting it for your life, which is what's happened to me and why I'm in front of you today. There is a very practical key into your divine, eternal soul identity. There's a very practical key. Because we have to make these things practical. It's one thing to say, your original nature is to be very peaceful. And originally, we communicated so beautifully with each other. But that the reality is it's been lost. It's now such a challenge, often as not, to have that kind of effective communication and best handling. So we need to make it practical. What's the key? Or I should say, where's the key? Where's the key which can make this all very practical? Any idea? Sorry, who's speaking?
Voluntary acceptance of inconvenience.
Wow, acceptance of inconvenience. You're such a beautiful group. You've got such amazing, you've obviously done the work. You've researched these things. That's beautiful. Acceptance of inconvenience would allow us so much respect and patience, etc. Where is it sitting, this key?
When you understand that nothing is under our control.
When we understand that things are not under our control. So the key to making my divine and virtuous self accessible is in understanding that I'm not in control of anything. I can't control the outside world. So that's the question. Where is this key? So some of you are saying it's in an understanding. Some of you are saying it's in awareness. One more? How you are handling illness? Sorry. Again, it's this. How you are handling failures. Beautiful. I would like to suggest something very practical. It is in the envelope you were given. Did you all get an envelope when you came in? Yes. Yeah, would you like to take it out? Now you can open it. Somebody from the back, this sister didn't get one. Are those envelopes back there? We don't have any of the helpers. Are there envelopes back there? Okay. Okay, let me get one for you. Must be there.
Anybody else need an envelope?
Everybody has an envelope, right? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. What's your envelope? Yes. Can you stand and read it for us? Yeah.
A timely smile is as welcome as a cup in a desert.
What is the virtue? Is there a virtue there?
Smile.
Smile. Smile. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Yes. Can you stand up and read it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Love. Time, wealth and cooperations are readily given when there is love.
Time, cooperation, and?
Time, wealth and cooperations are readily given when there is love.
Okay, okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
Opportunity. There is no such thing as failure. It is simply a learning opportunity.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Opportunity, yes.
Sweetness. You are an angel of sweetness which is free from any desire for name of recognition, having recognized your unique place in God's heart.
Do you know this gentleman? Does anybody know him? How many know him? Would you say that that's a quality of his? He's very angelic. Yeah. Even I don't know you, but you look very angelic. Can you read it again?
You are an angel of sweetness who is free from any desire for name or recognition, having recognized your unique place in God's heart.
So now we should applaud. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
Yoga. You are an angel of yoga who is constantly, naturally and eternally seated on the Father's earth throne.
Ooh. Do people know him? You know him?
Yes.
Is this a good quality of his? Is it true? Yoga means connection. Seated on God's heart throne. Would you say it's true? Why? So we should applaud. I also feel that that's a good introduction to you. Yes?
True feelings. When the feelings in the heart are true, then whatever the mind thinks will be right.
Oh, that's kind of what we're talking about. So you picked a card, or you got a card of true feelings. Do you relate to that? Are you guided by a mind which has right thoughts because the heart is right? You look like you are. It's a very light-faced, isn't it? Congratulations. Yes.
My virtue is excellence.
Oh my gosh.
You are an angel of excellence who transforms all the treasures you have received from God into a life more valuable than a diamond.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Kindness.
Oh, do you know her? Turn around, turn around. They need to see your face. Is she the embodiment of kindness or what? Can you read it?
You are an angel of kindness who provides sanctuary to souls seeking comfort by speaking with sincerity and listening without judgment.
Whoa, big ones. Very nice.
Godly blessings. You are an angel of unity who inspires love and cooperation within any gathering through your heartfelt feelings of deep regard.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look at that. Wonderful. Yes.
Appreciation. You are an angel of appreciation who fills the atmosphere with the sweetness of seeing the benefits in every scene and the brilliance in every soul.
My gosh, appreciation. It gives you all of that. It's beautiful. Anybody else? Yeah.
Quality. Quality.
Quality.
You are an angel of quality who can see the invisible beauty of all souls, the hidden secrets of every moment, and the subtle majesty of God's heart.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Do you relate to that? Do you relate to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can sense that. It goes together with honesty. Honesty. Very honest souls. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Truth.
Truth? There you go.
You are an angel of truth who only focuses on what is eternal and benevolent and imperishable, making you an invaluable instrument in God's task.
Oh my gosh, do you get that? And here we have a definition of truth. That which is imperishable. That which is only benevolent. So beautiful. Look at this gentleman. His key to his divinity is truth itself. Very nice. Yes, somebody else wanted to share.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. So beautiful.
On other thoughts and feelings, and when I truly accept myself as I am.
Oh, this is where it begins, doesn't it? Because, you know, I was once sitting with a scholar. He's in Israel, but his passion is Buddhism. And he was curious about the Brahma Kumaris, and he wanted to know, in essence, what is the difference between Brahma Kumaris Rajayoga and Buddhism. And in our conversation, I realized that the essential difference about Brahma Kumaris Rajayoga and maybe any other path might be said to be new relationships. New relationships. Possibly a whole new way of understanding God and relating to God. Possibly a whole new way of relating to other people, knowing people as souls and relating to them. But most importantly, a whole new relationship with myself. Can I honestly respect another beyond the extent to which I have come to respect myself? Can I accept another as she is, beyond the extent to which I'm very accepting of myself as I am? So, effective communication and best handling of situations. How much it'll be enhanced if I can know myself as God knows me, if I can be in touch with that self and offer that before we even start talking. Not to mention stay there as I talk. Because this is just a game, but it's amazing how magical this game is. I'm 40 years with the Brahma Kumaris. I'm playing this game thousands of times on the buses, in the stores. Choose a blessing. It almost always is exactly a specialty of the person who picked the card. I don't know how that works, but consider this card as a specialty. Specialties means it comes easy to you. It comes so easy you wonder, why isn't everybody else like this? And you suffered because you were the one who was so accepting. You were the one who was so appreciative. Others don't seem to even know that that's a virtue, that's a value, a quality. So this card as a doorway or your own. But to get to know yourself as God sees you and to develop that, that's soul consciousness. That's the purpose of meditation. So that, not just that we improve our relationships and we handle situations better, but going deeper, much deeper, we pay our karmic debts. Because the reason situations are so challenging and I'm losing my ability to handle them, the reason they're so challenging and the reason my communication is getting less effective is because I'm in debt. Karmic debt is paid only through virtue. But not the kind of virtue like we grew up with, be nice, be patient. No, that just produced duality. One thing on the outside, something else inside. That doesn't pay debt, which means things just continue to get more and more complicated, less and less effective. Communication, less effective handling of situations. So it's not even like a luxury or something to do in my free time, meditate. Because in the Brahma Kumaris we don't even call it meditation. You know what we call it? What we do here? We don't even call it yoga. We call it remembrance. Remembrance. We call it remembrance. In other words, the universe is not a punishing place. It's not because I'm finding relationships and interactions more and more often challenging, and I'm less effective in them. It's not because I'm in front of situations which are more and more challenging and I'm less able to handle them, that it's because the universe is a hard place. The law of karma, which you'll be looking at tomorrow. It's not about making my life hard or punishing me. No. It's about giving me, in every situation and in every relationship, a chance to remember who I am and practice, rehearse, make strong my truth, my beauty, my divinity. Then I'm working from a clean heart. I don't have an expectation. I don't have any needs. I understand the challenge, the situation is here in order for me to practice a better and best version of myself. But again, not faking it till we make it, but this practice, going within, going above, drawing that light, that might, because the practical human experience of that light and might are all these qualities that we want for our life and virtues. That's it. So I'm accumulating that light in my daily practice, and then during my day I have a chance to put it into action. I'm seriously proposing. Out there in the world, you can Google it. At this point, you can do an AI research. They will come up with 1,000 ways to make your communication more effective and how to handle situations better. But that's not what I'm here in front of you to say or do. Because we've enough of those outside-in techniques. They only work to a certain point. What I'm sure all of you have understood for a long time is that we've got to go from the inside out. There has to be a very clear and empowered method to charge my goodness, charge my battery, so that there's no struggle in being nice or patient or accepting or all these things that you mentioned. But it's my natural nature that's coming back to me again. So, before we move to a next step, I'd like to just take a few minutes of silence to think about everything you've been hearing so far, How does it fit into your own journey, your own life? Just a few minutes of quiet reflection. Okay. Before we move to the next part, does anybody want to say anything or ask anything?
Can you just shortly remind everything in a very few words?
My brother's asking if I can just review everything in a few words. Would somebody like to try that? Somebody like to review in just a few words what we've done so far? I think it's a very good question and something that you'll be doing after this session too, because we've actually covered a lot, but in terms of your own journey, you'll take whatever is useful to you. Basically, what I would call your attention to for now, just for this simple few words, actually, I have a video, I think, which reviews it better than me. So, if you can hold on with that, that review, we'll do it in a little while, if that's okay. Anybody else, question or anything they want to say?
I have opened my envelope. Nobility.
Oh my gosh, nobility.
Angel of nobility who inspires newness in others by celebrating what is special in others.
Can you read that again? I mean, does anybody know what nobility is anymore? Is anybody acting from nobility? And yet the word exists, so it must mean something. Can you read it again? Again?
You are an angel of nobility who inspires newness in others by celebrating what is special in others.
It's beautiful. Nobility. Beautiful. We can applaud. Thank you.
I got openness.
Openness.
You are an angel of openness who, like God, embraces every soul in feelings of appreciation, acceptance, and understanding.
Like God? What a blessing. Can you read it again?
You are an angel of openness who, like God, embraces every soul in feelings of appreciation, acceptance, and understanding.
Wow. It has to be true. you are there saying you're not so sure if you believe in all of these things, but you're sitting there totally open, listening, and ready to appreciate. How beautiful we are, humanity. This is what we're made of. It doesn't matter how much it's been buried or lost. These are just habits we've picked up while we forgot. Not just who we are, but how to get there. And get there. And keep ourselves charged. We're just like batteries, you know? When your phone runs out of battery, it does not function well. This is all that's happened to the soul of humanity. We've run out of battery, and so we're not functioning well. And so we have workshops on how to have effective communication and to handle situations best. Anybody else want to say anything before we... Yes, question.
We all 30 persons who are coming for this workshop are working in a government sector. And we don't have any time schedule. And we can't say no to anybody. And in our state, everything is free of cost. Everything. All treatment, everything is free of cost. So in my OPDs, I used to see around 300 patients per day.
Oh my gosh.
My question is, the kind of attention, the number one patient I used to give, the 300 number patients wants the same attention.
Yeah.
It is not possible for anybody, I think practically it is not possible for anyone of us to maintain that kind of calmness of mind.
That's right.
From early morning to 10 p.m. at the night.
That's right.
In those particular situations, how to handle
That's right.
effective communications and better handling of the situation. There is a practical questions.
Right.
We are all suffering from those.
Right.
And the thing is that I can't say no.
No.
That in other setup, they have fixed time that this person is, they should see around 30 number of patients per day. But I can't say no. For services, for treatment, for anything. In those particular times, neither I can maintain my personal life, neither family life, nor we have a social life.
Yeah.
All the times we have to only give and give, nothing for us. So how to maintain that calmness? There is a practical questions for that only we have come all.
Thank you. Thank you. I understand, and yes, you can applaud. I feel like applauding all of you. I think worldwide this has become the situation of medical care. Yeah. Yeah. In Israel also, for example, everything is free. And so you hear this same thing from the dedicated health professionals, doctors, who are in the profession because they want to give. They're in the profession because they want to care. And then what, you know? It's such a situation of giving. How can you keep the battery charged? Yeah, this is the question, isn't it?
We don't get a few seconds for that loneliness to get for a remembrance kind of thing or
That's right.
meditation kind of thing. We don't have time for that.
That's right. That's right. Okay, thank you for that. And once again, I'd like to answer that after this video. So I think we should watch the video because possibly there'll be some insights through that, and then I can share. Is that all right? Yeah. Okay. So maybe we can watch this video now. Let's see if I can do it. Bai, can we close the lights? Now, do you know how to operate this? Because I would prefer somebody who knows what they're doing does it. That's it, yeah. And lights off, Bai? Yeah, all the lights. From the beginning. We're not at the beginning here. Yeah, so we'll start again. Okay. Can the lights all the lights off? Off, yeah. Okay, let's watch. I'm not seeing it very well. Okay, can we... Okay, sorry. Okay, can we make this larger, get rid of the bottom, and also sharper color? I know sharper color is necessary because we had this problem the other day, but I don't know how to make it sharper. No. It's the light here on the machine. Sharper color. Yeah. Because I'm seeing it so sharp here, and there it's very dull. Anybody know how to work these projectors? Rajesh Bhai, do you know about this projector, how we can make the brighter, sharper? Because on my screen it's very sharp and colored, and here it's very dull. We don't see very well. Ah, look, it'll be here. Yeah. Brightness. I don't know how you change it, but let's see. Oh, better. Yeah, much better. Good. I think that's good. Now, can we get rid of the bars and everything and make it really big? Thank you, that's perfect. I should learn how to do that. Okay, it doesn't seem like it gets better than that, which is fine. We'll go with that. Okay, we leave it. It's all right. Yeah, it'll be okay. All right, we start again. Okay, very good. Thank you.
למה זה מרגיש כל כך לבד? איך זה בוער כשלילה יורד? למה זה מרגיש כל כך לבד? איך זה בוער? איך זה
Yeah, finished. So we take just a few minutes to reflect on that and how it fits into your life and your own journey. So as we're heading towards the end of our session, 12:15, anybody have an answer for the two questions that are hanging, which is, with 300 patients a day, and in that position of giving constantly, how do I stay recharged? That's number one. But number two, is there some way of summing up in just a few words what this session is saying about effective communication and best handling of situation? Anybody like to answer either of those two questions? So I will share. I can tell you that I really have extremely little faith left in words. Extremely little faith that effective communication is going to have anything to do with words. And I'm speaking from experience, from working with people over the last 40 years, broken hearts, not broken arms or legs, broken hearts, broken heads, broken minds. Everything at this point in time just seems to make everything more complicated, more confusing, the more you talk. Where communication is effective is when it's essenceful, and I can only be essenceful in my words when inside me I'm in touch with that essence. The essence of life is not about something spoken. It's all these feelings. Can we even say this introduction to myself as the soul connects me to the very essence of life in the way it puts me in touch with this love, this peace, this joy, this openness, honesty, appreciation, all these beautiful things that we want for our life. We're saying they are energies. They're energies. And I, the soul, am made of those energies. And as I go to my own rescue through remembrance, meditation, yoga, and that connection with the Supreme, I'm activating those very energies. When I'm coming from that clean heart, I can say anything I want and it'll be effective. When I'm coming from a true heart, clean heart, the consciousness of myself as a divine being, and not just consciousness, but the experience. And that's being communicated. Not just I, the divine being, sharing that energy with you, but you are also a divine being. These people didn't even say anything. And they don't know Rajayoga. These are not Brahma Kumaris. This is a separate independent film, not connected to the Brahma Kumaris. And more importantly, much more importantly, I know something about these people that maybe you don't know. But if you saw the very, very beginning, did you see the title of this video? Eye to Eye. Before it was written, in the middle it was written in English. At the top it was written in Arabic. And at the bottom it was written in Hebrew. All of these pairs were Jewish and Arab, Israeli and Palestinian. They didn't speak. But could you say there was effective communication? Definitely. I guess all they had was an openness to come into this experiment that the filmmakers were doing. But it was definitely effective communication and a best handling of situation, right? None of our problems in the world are environmental, financial, medical, economical. No, it's an existential crisis that the whole of humanity is facing. When you begin to remember who you are, revive those energies, nurture those energies through what we call remembrance, meditation, yoga, then you're not just becoming a best version of yourself with everything that helps, effective communication and best handling of situations, but you're also helping God. Because God right now is very, very invested in getting all of us, His children, to remember who they really are and take a stand. And it doesn't matter what's the situation and where is the communication needed, in my job, in my family, whatever. This work, inwards, upwards, and then outwards, is going to finish this night that humanity is in and begin the day. It's not our politicians who are going to create a better world, or our lawyers, or our educators. It's anybody who raises their hand in front of God and says, I will help you. I will be a generator of this clean heart. And as I clean it, I'm automatically doing this job. So to answer my brother's question about how, when you've got 300 people and you're giving, definitely it's a practice. It's a practice which has to build in the same way that we charge our phones overnight and then they function well during the day because they're charged. So there's two things there. Almost all the Brahma Kumaris, Rajayogis in our school worldwide are busy people. Maybe not as busy as you, not in as demanding a position as all of you, but they're busy. And they can't sit down and have yoga or meditate for any length of time during the day. They can't. So there's a whole lifestyle which is attached to this. Early to bed, 4 o'clock a.m. meditation. So to charge that battery. Connect with myself as a soul, connect with the Supreme Soul, and just bathe in those high frequency energies, which is what all these qualities and virtues are. Nothing less, nothing more. To just bathe in them, there's much more of a chance, especially as I continue this work, there's much more of a chance that it'll be there for me then, when I'm in such demanding circumstances. I will be more calm. I will be more appreciative. I will be more, all of these things that you said, because that is who I am. And secondly, when we sit in meditation in the morning, we do it with our eyes open. We want to make this connection with the divine being that I am and plug into the supremely divine being while our eyes are wide open, so that everything that can distract me from that is there to distract me, but I'm also learning at the same time not to be distracted. This is a very big, important aspect of our work at this spiritual university, because I need these energies during the day. I need these energies when I'm talking to people and taking up my responsibilities. So they have to be there while my eyes are open and I'm busy. So the practice of learning to keep this connection with my eyes open is exactly for this purpose. So I become a better version of myself, not when I'm sitting on the top of a mountain meditating, but in my everyday life. Because again, that's what pays karma. When I'm able to bring the wealth of character from the inside out to all my daily circumstances and situations. So, in essence, what are we talking about? I would say that effective communication starts with effective being. And spirituality tells us that we are very effective beings. We're divine and beautiful, and if I can give time to nurturing that self, growing that self, and then during the day, attention to exercising that self, then I'm going to find that communication becomes a lot easier. I become easier. Communication becomes easier, and I'm much more able to handle any situation. I'd like to finish up. We are just exactly at our time, but I'd like to finish up with another meditation, like we did in the beginning. But this time, I'll just give a few words to guide you into this space of your peace and beauty. And then same exercise, just like they did there, let's share through the eyes. All right? So this would be without music, without music. Okay, hold on. We're going to listen to a few words for meditation, and then we're going to do the exercise, all right? So, both feet flat on the floor, back is straight. Can I just imagine that there is a mini version of me floating just in front of my forehead? And now I bring that mini version of me all the way to the back of the forehead, back of the mind, back of the head. And can I imagine that I find there a beautiful armchair, comfortable, soft, and I settle myself in that armchair, way at the back of the head. And I'm just noticing where I've landed. Here, in my beautiful armchair, so deep and comfortable. I'm very, very far away from the mind. Here, in my deep, comfortable armchair, I'm very far away from the scenes, situations, and responsibilities of my life. They're all out there, but I'm way back here, very far, separate. And as I'm settling into this comfortable armchair, even more, I feel like I have discovered inside me there is this corner of just well-being. Very far from all the scenes and sceneries of my life, very far from all the relationships. Here, in this corner of well-being, I can drop all the masks. They're not needed. Here, it's as if I have found a corner for just being, for just being. Completely free, separate, and in this freedom, in this separateness from the labels, the roles, there is so much peace. just being. Peace. And when you're ready, turn to someone near you and with the language of silence, the language of being, share your self. Om Shanti. Thank you very much for your kind attention and openness. All best wishes.
Thank you so much. As you said,